Mrs. Walker. For our lesson today, we're going to continue working with subtraction. Our learning goal for today says, I can use drawings to model subtraction with decomposing twice and relate my drawings to the vertical standard algorithm. So you're going to be working with our place value chart today and the vertical form. So the materials that you'll need for this lesson are your dry erase board and your place value chart. If you don't have a place value chart, you can draw a quick one as you go through your problems today. So make sure you have your materials before we get started. All right, friends, so let's take a look at our first problem. We have 172 minus 56. Well, remember, when we're subtracting, the only number that's going to be on my place value chart is my largest number, which is 172. So now I'm not adding that 56 to my place value chart, so I don't have to model that number. I'm only going to subtract that. So if I look in my ones places, which is where we always start when we're subtracting, I have 2 minus 6. And I can't take 6 from 2, so that means I need to go to my tens place to help me to decompose. So I'm going to take this 10 and unbundle or decompose it into 10 ones, because we know that 10 ones make a 10. So now I have to model what I just did in my place value chart. I have to model that in the vertical form. So now I'm left with 6 tens, and I just added 10 ones. So 10 ones plus 2 ones that I already had is 12 ones. Well, now with 12, I have enough to be able to subtract 6. So if I take away 6, I'm left with 6. Then I move to my tens place, 6 minus 5. Well, I'm able to do that, so I just have to take away my 5, and I'm left with 1. Then, in the hundreds place, there's nothing to subtract, so I can bring that 100 straight down. So 172 minus 56 equals 116. All right, so let's take a look at another problem. I have 137 minus 45. So we know that we always model our largest number on our place value chart when we're subtracting. So we have 137. Now, I have to start in the ones place when I'm subtracting. So 7 minus 5. Oh, I can do that. So I don't have to do any decomposing or unbundling. So I'm just going to subtract 5. So 7 minus 5, I'm left with 2. Now I move to my tens place. So I might be tempted right here to say 4 minus 3, because I know that I can do that. But when we're subtracting, remember, you always have to start with the number on top and subtract down. So I have to do 3 minus 4, which I can't do that. So I'm going to go to the hundreds place, and I'm going to unbundle this 100 into 10 tens. So now I'm going to model what I just did in my place value chart on the vertical form. So now I'm left with no hundreds, and I have now 13 tens, because I just added 10 more. So 10 plus 3 is 13. Well, now I have plenty to subtract. So 13 minus 4, take away my 4, and I'm left with 9. And then in the hundreds place, there's nothing to subtract anymore. So I might be tempted to put a 0 in. However, friends, remember, when the first number is a 0, we don't leave it as a 0. We just take that right off, and we would leave it as 92. Okay? All right, now it's your turn, friends. So here we have 112 minus 56. So you guys are going to pause the video. You're going to use your place value chart in the vertical form to solve this subtraction problem, and then click play when you're ready to go over it together. All right, friends, make sure to pause if you need more time. Otherwise, here we go. So again, the largest number is 112, so we model that in our place value chart. Then we're looking in the ones place to be able to subtract. So if I have 2, I can't take away 6, right? Because we have to go from the top to the bottom. So I need to decompose or unbundle this 10. So the 10 now turns into 10 ones, right? So in my vertical form, I have no tens left, but now I have 12 ones. So I definitely have enough to be able to subtract 6. So 12 minus 6 equals 6. Then if I move to my tens place now, well, I don't have any tens. I have 0 tens, and I have to subtract 5. So that means I need to go to my hundreds place and unbundle that 100 into 10 tens, right? 10's that magic number. So now let's see what I did in my vertical form. So I have no hundreds left, and I have 10 tens. So 10 minus 5 equals 5. And there's no hundreds to subtract, so again, I don't have to put a 0. I can just leave that alone, and my answer is 56. So hopefully you guys got that too. All right, so you guys get a 10 out of 10 for using your drawings to model subtraction with decomposing twice and using that vertical standard algorithm. So please head back on over to the module to see what you need to complete for your independent practice. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, friends!